What is new, Speed Duel crew? This is your Speed Duel Professor here, coming at you with a recap of the Yu-Gi-Oh! NAWCQ from Minneapolis, Minnesota. That's the national tournament for the Speed Duel event. So, starting off with the main event, where there was 5 rounds of Swiss, we had 17 competitors coming at it. And this was a really exciting event because we had a brand new ban list, and this was the very first event under this brand new banned list. So it was exciting to see how the different decks were going to shape up, what decks could come back based off the ban list, and what decks were going to kind of fall off from the ban list. So as far as representation goes, our highest representation was Amazonas, followed by Dark Magician, Gravekeeper, Fossils, and Heroes. And then we had some one-off decks with a Diamond Dude Turbo, an Evil Hero Dark Gaia build, a Deck Out Turbo, a Cyber Angels build, and a Snipe Hunter Ojama Armed Dragon build, along with an XYZ Unions build. So as far as first evaluations of this list, this is probably about what I expected to see. So Snipe Hunter, I would see a little bit less representation than normal, and which makes sense because its Armed Dragon got hit a little bit by the list. Same thing with the deck out and the burn strategies, because they got hit so hard on the ban list, we see a little bit less representation coming from here, as well as Dark Magician getting less representation than normal. And then Amazonas didn't get hit very much by the ban list, so it makes sense that there's such high representation. As well as Fossils and Gravekeepers, they didn't really get hit by the ban list at all. Fossils got helped by the fact that a lot of stall cards got hit by the ban list, and Gravekeepers were already doing incredible before the ban list just because they have searchable destruction. Necro Valley was a natural out to things like Mudora, Deck Out, people recycling things like Magic Karibo, and their field spell also just naturally gave their normal summons a high attack point value. So, Gravekeepers being highly represented is definitely something that was expected. We did have both of our Dark Magician and both of our Gravekeeper decks making it into the top cut. Our Cyber Angels made it into the top cut, which also makes sense. They had their Machine Angel Ritual taken off the list, which means not only can they play 3, but they now can play everything on the 2 of list, now that their Ritual was no longer on the Limit 2 list. One of our 2 Fossil players made it to the top 8, as well as Diamond Dude Turbo and one of the Amazonas players. Our Diamond Dude and our Cyber Angel both got knocked out, and we had Dark Magician and Amazonas, and we also had our Fossil player knocked out, as well as our second Gravekeeper player, leading us with a Dark Magician and Gravekeeper lineup for the top 4. In our top 4, both our Dark Magician players were knocked out, leaving us with just Amazonas versus Gravekeepers, and Amazonas ended up taking it in the end, which, again, they were already very good before the ban list, hardly touched by the ban list at all. It makes sense that they were probably going to end up back on top. So, again, super exciting, brand new ban list, get to see the new meta shake out. I do think that this ban list is going to open up a lot more opportunities for rogue decks than there were in the past. So keep an eye out on the channel. I will be doing deck profiles for many of these archetypes. So some of them have already been done, but just haven't been updated for the new ban list. The first one that's already been recorded a while ago was the Amazonas. So you'll be on the lookout for that one here pretty soon. And we'll try and get you deck lists for as many of the top cut players as I can get. This has been your Speed Duel Professor. That's game.